What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Billy Joe Saunders. According to Johnny Dune has a son that was fighting professionally, and him and Billy Joe Saunders allegedly had words, and he told Billy Joe that my son had a better chance of becoming a champion than you. And that led a physical confrontation, and allegedly Billy Joe pulled a knife out on Johnny's son and shoved it straight through his hand, and pulled a gun out on the other son, which was Patrick, okay, and didn't pull the trigger. And according to his dad, he said, yes, you did this to my son. You stabbed my son. You drove a knife through his hand, altering his chances of becoming world champion one day. And my other son, you pulled a gun on him and didn't have the balls to pull the trigger like his son told you to do. Wow. Let me counterpunch. Billy Joe, I've known him to get into altercations, you know, with the Wilder altercation when he was in the entourage of Tyson Fury on their first fight back in 2018. That was in the UK somewhere. The numerous pranks that he does that may cause altercations. Driving fast, speeding, things of that nature. But I never seen him have this type of impact or heard this type of thing about Billy Joe Saunders. You know, I say allegedly because we don't know if what happened or not, because according to Billy Joe, he made a statement on Instagram that, hey, I denied all that. Okay, none of that happened. So, you know what I mean? So it's hard to, the problem is, it's going to be hard to deny that he was either there in the proximity or his word against three other people, the father and the two sons. So it is a complicated situation where you do have witnesses saying that you did this, especially if the guy does have a hand injury and he's saying you did it. Okay, it would be different if, you know, if all this was made up and according to Billy Joe, like, hey, I didn't do it because I wasn't there, and, you know, and he doesn't have any evidence of any kind. But that's not the case, because if the guy has a stab wound injury through his hand, right, and his son is saying that you pulled a gun out of him, gun out on him, I think what'll happen at this situation, the eye in the sky will tell it all, you know? And that, when I mean that, I'm talking about the cameras, okay? So if that had some cameras to back up what they were saying, Billy Joe's ass is in some trouble, okay? Because there's no need to be like that. Like I've told you guys, boxers are mainly targets anyway. You don't know how that altercation started, okay? Because if Johnny Dune said that to Billy Joe, they had to already been talking shit at Billy Joe anyway. So we have to look at like, why would you even say that to a guy that was a former world champion? You know what I mean? So something had to be said. Maybe Billy Joe started it, who knows? But logic tells you they were in a pub drinking, or at a public place drinking, and two guys or two parties were there, and they seen Billy Joe, acknowledged Billy Joe there, started talking shit at Billy Joe. Billy Joe ain't the kind of person that backs down, so he probably said something back. One thing led to another, and what happened happened. But for Billy Joe saying that he denies it, we will see, because of course the father and the son and the two sons are pressing charges on Billy Joe. And then a firearm, this is in the UK, this ain't over in the good US of A. You know, we can have guns over here. Well, in Texas you can, Louisiana you can, the South. But places like New York, you may have problems. But definitely in the UK, that's illegal, as you guys know over there. So again, this looks bad for Billy Joe, because you have witnesses and you have a person that's injured. Okay, so we don't know where that falls under. We don't know how this is going to air out. I will let you guys know what happens in the upcoming weeks and months concerning Billy Joe stabbing, allegedly, a potential fighter, a potential professional fighter. You guys tell me what you think of Billy Joe Saunders allegedly stabbing Johnny Dune's son. Of course, please subscribe, and you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.